The owner knows that their dog attacks other dogs and they should have a muzzle on, not let others off the lead. I agree, Pringle.
It is, she had 2 of the dogs on the lead.
Oh, those stretchy leads, like... I think the people who have stretchy leads do it because they know the dog can't be allowed off the lead. So they let them just wander. But then when they need to get the dog back, they can't because you can't wind it in a hurry.
Well, they frightened me because I saw a blow, the dog stretched lead.
Yeah.
The dog was around the corner and then the guy came.
Yeah.
About,
yep. So they can't see what the dog's doing.
No, he could have been run over. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, they can still run in the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what did he get bit?
He kind of like went to his face and the dog went, ah! And I went, ah!
So he didn't get bit?
Nearly. He had a bobbed and weaved up the way.
Was he like a playful bite or an aggressive bite?
No, he was doing the stuff the dog and I was thinking, Doyle, yeah. And before he managed it, he was like, hello, there's a dog here. Before he had a chance to come to me, this dog went for him. He jumped out the way, went rah, bah. So he defended his honour, but then both.
He needs to learn to. He needs to learn to leave bigger dogs alone, really, doesn't he? Right, Darlie, thanks for popping in.
You need sugary treats.
Yeah, well, my arm's getting tired, so.
Oh,
yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Going to eat treats. We don't have any Thunder Lupo. We might get some tomorrow. Bye. Eh? Well, I've got some miles to do here. Huh? Yeah, please. And now we're going downhill. The screen, one sec. I was just testing to see if you were still watching, guys. Apparently you are. So that's good. So you're awake. It's all good. Have you thought about House Flipper YouTube videos? Nah. There's not enough content in it, Caesarster. There's only like 20 houses, I think, that you can flip. And not that many paint colours and not that many items. It's not worth it. Yeah, it's the same problem with the biggest Scania engine on the 8x4 on the road. Wouldn't pull properly without diff lock. That's a bit weird, isn't it? It makes me wonder if it's the chassis. There's a nice view. Trains in World West Somerset line. Yeah. I can't decide on whether to buy it or not. I don't feel like it's good value, so part of me just wants to go, I'm not paying money for this. And then the other part wants to buy it just so that you guys can see it. So I'm a bit... Westy Dog, I'm not going to do Stranded Deep on YouTube. I don't think. But certainly not until they have properly procedurally generated map. It's just not big enough. Kian, I have to record videos tomorrow, so there should be something up later this week.
Oh, yeah.
Jules, if somebody let their dog attack my dog, I will boot that dog and tell the owner off and keep your dog under control, otherwise I'll get you arrested. Postscriptum extended another day. Oh, really? I don't know, Rabbit, you see. I want to record Flight Sim tomorrow, really. I need to think about this. I've got some studying to do as well, and some recording. I've got a lot to do this week because I'm going away next week. The senior logos are really nice. I'd recommend it, but I'm not really sure it's good value for money. You're a bit meh. Yeah, that's what I've read on the Steam reviews, Leaky. You could just bind the dog yourself. I don't think I'll be doing that. I will be streaming next weekend, Hand of Despair, yeah. So next week's Sunday Night Trucking will be the last stream for, well, there'll be a week of not streaming, basically. Because I'll be in Vegas. But no, I'm here next weekend. I only go away on the Tuesday, the 5th or something. Let's see. Tuesday the 5th of June I go away. Oh, and while you're here, guys, when I'm at Vegas, I'm at Flight Sim Expo, and at Flight Sim Expo, I'll be doing a panel with some other streamers, some other Flight Sim streamers, Cat Strater, Jeff Faviano, Chewy, and Durka, and we need questions. Basically, we need questions for the panel. So if you've got any questions that you want to put to us about either about flight simming or aviation or anything like that, there's a form. You can just go and submit questions and we'll pick out some of the best ones to ask the panel. You don't have to be there or anything. I'm sure somebody will record it and you can see your question answered. But it'd be really handy if you could send in some questions. When does the food car come out? Yeah, because we're doing like a 1-hour panel on Saturday morning, I think it is. Yeah, there's no WH, I will not be biting any dog, trust me. Blizzard Rail, just do exclamation mark FS Expo. I don't know if it streams Shoot Bandits. Last time Josh Gibbs streamed it on his channel. Whether he'll do it this year, I don't know. Whether somebody else will do it, I don't know. I don't use FSX, I use P3D and X-Plane. Well, Dave, she's not going to the expo. She's getting a tour bus. I don't blame her. Yes, I booked the hotel. Yeah, I booked everything now. Flights are booked, hotel is booked, car hire is booked. Yeah. Car park is booked at Heathrow. Nah, to be honest, Heyman, with Vegas, there are so many hotels that, you know, you're not going to run out of options. Yeah, so do I, running reject, so do I. You know what, I think I'm going to have to put some eye drops in a minute. I feel like my eyes are starting to itch. Usually get a hotel outside the main strip just so you're not... Yeah, I don't want to be on the strip. I want to be near it, but not on it. Nah, I'm not a gambler really, Boeing. I'll probably go in and have a look around. And maybe have a go over some of those. You know those machines where you can put like $1 or a quarter in and win $1 million? Have a go on one of them for the lulz. Fat Cowboy, 3 years, thank you very much. But I just don't feel, I personally don't feel comfortable in casinos. I just find it a bit surreal watching people play with money like that. I see them with these chips which says like $50, $100, $250, and they're just throwing them around like it's nothing. It's just like, what is going on? Get on the machines is the cheapest way to drink. Did they bring the drinks over to you, Dave, if you play on a machine or something? Paulie, thank you for gifting a sub, dude, to D. Clark. Welcome, D. Clark. Thank you very much, Paulie. If you win $1 million, you've got to share it with the subs. Hang on. What would Mrs. Frosty do? I'll buy you a chocolate bar each. You can go on dollar machines, pop one in every 15 minutes or so, they bring you free drinks. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, considering how much money you're spending though. Oh my... Would somebody like to explain why I get fined for that?
Welcome to the Nut House.
On air with Ross, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the Nut House. I got fined. I'm pretty certain it went beep, which means a fine.
Welcome.
And they damaged the truck and trailer. Triple sub hype, guys. Alex Witswim. Thank you for subbing, Alex. Welcome to the Nut House. Alex, Honor, and D. Clark. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Paulie, for gifting a sub. How much does a Westie cost? Pup will normally cost anything up to £500–600 if it's a pedigree one. You went to a casino the other day, lost £300 in 3 minutes. What?
Welcome back, Nutter.
Paulie, thank you for gifting us sub to Taipan. Welcome, Taipan. Welcome back. Thank you, Paulie, dude. I was a bit distracted by the accident, shall we say. €400 fine for a crash that was not my fault in any way. It's ridiculous. The reason I'm missing turn-offs is because of this sat-nav. I might go and change it, because if you zoomed in, you can see what's going on. But if you're like that, it's really hard to make out what's going on. And that's why I'm missing turn-offs. Yeah, but when it's zoomed out, I can't read it properly, Chris. It's like a bit rubbish. I might visit the mechanic and reconfigure. Up the engine as well.
Welcome back.
See, look at that. You can only just make out there's a left turn. Well, It's an old truck morphed MP3, so there isn't one. Blame the sat-nav, not the aging eyes. Well, I don't have any problem with other sat-nav, do I? Thanks for making it personal. I'm going to change sat-nav to something I can actually read. I don't know, Baz, I've not seen it. Unless it's a different cabin, but I didn't see one. When you're in Vegas, go and try see Terry Factor. Terry Factor. I'm not a fan of ventriloquists, Dave. I know Mrs. Frosty loves them, but I don't really like them. Pro mods is so unoptimized. Artis, I haven't got pro mods running. so I don't know what you mean by that. Right, let's find a mechanic and go and repair this truck as well. I hope there's one in this town. And there's one off the road. That'll do. Why am I not using pro mods? Because I'm doing these external contracts, and some people have had problems completing the external contracts with pro mods running for this challenge, so I turned them off while I did this.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Paulie, thank you for gifting a sub to NTFLS Martin M. Welcome, Martin. Thank you very much, Paulie. Very kind. Chewy, do you think it would be weird to take English tea with me to Vegas? I don't know if I can cope without it. Dude, call it weird if you want to, but me and Mr. Squirrel are bringing Yorkshire tea with us. We're not even going to risk it not being there. Right, first thing is we're going to punch the engine up a bit. Blue tech. You feel a lot better with this decision. There was never an option for me. I've been to America, and you know, it's hard to get a nice cup of tea, so I'm taking tea bags. Let's go to that. Let's go for the TomTom Pro. Oh, did you like it, Chewy? I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. It's a lot of work, that video. What day are you flying over, Chewy? I've forgotten. What day are you and Dirk going? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Well, doorbell. Doors are going to be here. Thursday the 7th, and you're flying back on Tuesday the 12th. Okay. Fair enough. Right, halfway done on the jobs. Take your own tea bags. First stop off the plane is Walmart for some milk. Exactly. I'm just going to put some eye drops in. Dang hay fever. There we go. Right. Racing. I keep going west really if I can. Meh. Take that one. How does your nut look? Very silver. So, Chewy, what's your kind of overall take on the Quality Wings Dreamliner? I saw there's a bug with the flap and stuff, the flap lever, but what about the other stuff? What's the VNAV and LNAV like? I wonder if Quality Wings are going to be at the expo, Chewy. See you, Kian. Once I iron out the big bugs, but really great for the price. I've had issues with the VNAV right back since FSX, so I was disappointed they didn't fix it. When you say the big bugs, what do you mean? What are the big bugs? Are they things like the VNAV? Because obviously the flap lever is, you know, it's not a game changer, is it? Because it's still doing the flaps, it's just not showing it. But a VNAV bug, yeah.
Welcome back.
I remember being caught out by VNAV stuff on the JAR design. Airbuses often have that really bad VNAV pathing. C2 Dan, welcome back. Thank you, D. Clark. A lot of people are getting crashes when using the weather radar and active sky. There's a VNAV issue where it will not descend when you reach top of descent, and a few other things here and there, like the landing light performance with dynamic lighting. Chewy, what do you think the PMDG announcement will be? Looks like it's working, C2. I hope it's another Boeing. The thing is, Chewy, if it is a Dreamliner, in some respects it would make sense because the quality wings have obviously got wind of it and pushed those out the door before. On the other hand, it's not taken them 10 years to do it, has it, Chewie? That's what's throwing me, the fact that it's taken them 10... They say it's 10 years of work. What does that mean, 10 years of work? It's not just an aircraft, is it? It's got to be more than that. Well, an A380 would work because it's 10 years since the A380 came out, so that, in theory, would work. I'm lost up with that. Hey, Edwards, I don't know. I think it was 10 years, but now you've got me wondering. It can't be 10 man years. It can't be. They've got like 20 people working for 6 months to get 10 man years. No, it's got to be 10 years worth of effort. You could write an entire flight sim platform in 10 years, so what's taking them 10 years to do? That's what's really bugging me. I doubt they'd write their own sim. That wouldn't make any sense. I think it's something to do with... My theory is that they've taken a lot of their code and they've put it outside of the simulator, and they can therefore run it on X-Plane and P3D. So my theory is it's a new aircraft, but it runs on both X-Plane and P3D. That's my theory. And therefore they've managed to port over their other aircraft to X-Plane as well. And possibly even something like Aerofly. Because they've isolated their code out of the sim, and they've talked about that before. Now that would be a big change, and that would be 10 years worth of work. And that would be very cool for X-Plane users. If they did that, that would be super, super cool. But I feel like it's that level of announcement, you know, that kind of big. One year of marriage is equal to 20 years of misery, Pringle. Oh, dude. Well, I think so, Rory. I think if they did port their aircraft onto X-Plane, it would certainly boost the X-Plane platform, for sure. The problem I think developers have is working on the X-Plane platform is a lot harder than working on the P3D platform, because they just don't release the software in a controlled manner on X-Plane as they do in P3D.
Welcome back,
Bodder, only 100 more bits to the 1K badge. Couldn't be more happy. My first 1K badge on this channel, and on behalf of the Nut House, we thank you for all you have given us. Bodder, thank you, sir. Thank you for the support and making it possible. Vegas Flyer, welcome back. Nero, thank you for 38 months. What's the new low latency mode on Twitch? You've not tried it yet, but it seems good, Chewy. Yeah, you just go to your dashboard setting and you'll see an option. It's really weirdly worded. There's like two options. One of them is best for best for low latency and interactive chat, which is that option, and the other option is the default, which is best for highest video quality or something. So there's an implication that if you go for the low latency view, the low latency option, your chat can interact with you quicker, but somehow the video and audio is not as good as the more delayed option. Now personally, I don't know how true that is, but I've switched it to low latency and not really heard anybody say, oh, the video quality is not as good as usual. So it's a bit weird. I think it's meant that it's more prone to buffering than normal mode. I will say one thing, Chewy, it's quite weird when you say something to chat and you get such a fast response. The video and audio quality is the same, but some people with just good enough internet may struggle. Right, so they have to drop down to a low resolution, presumably. What really caught people out, Chewy, is they were sending in cheers or like donations and things like this, or resub messages, and then seconds later it was appearing on the stream. And of course they've like changed out to a different tab or something and come back, and they're like, my resub didn't come through. Yes, it did. But it came through so quickly you didn't see it. So it's catching viewers out as well as streamers. But it's definitely cool. You should try it. When it's streamed at 6K, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think so, Baz. That's the thing. Is I'm streaming at 6,000 bits. And, you know, you need a decent internet to handle it. Wow, this weather. Bratislava. What's making the delays so short? Amazon cloud technology. In a nutshell, they've actually started using Amazon's tech. No, my advice, Chewy, is just turn it on. Like I did. Don't tell anybody you're doing it. Just turn it on and see what happens. And if people start saying, whoa, it's buffering a lot, as opposed to what happened on my channel, whoa, 1.5 second speed to the broadcaster, you what, mate? You know, people were just going crazy. Like, I can type thing in and it appears on the screen like that. Or they ask a question, they get a super fast response. Good night, Mrs. Frosty.
Welcome back, Nutter.
It caught you out when you sent bits, Bodder. It caught me out when I've been to some other streamers and I've posted a question and like 2 or 3 seconds later they answer it. They say, whoa, hang on a minute. Should you buy a Logitech D920? What's it for, Timothy? Mr. Pixel, welcome back. It caught you out? Yeah. It's pretty weird. I mean, I remember, you know, Twitch, the best it ever had was about 7 or 8 seconds. And then a couple of years ago, it went all the way up to like 15, sometimes 20 seconds. It was horrendous. And then it came back down again to where it used to be, about 7 seconds. And that's where it's been for a while. And then all of a sudden, you get this kind of 2-second latency. You think, now that's technology. That's crazy, Baz. 0.7 seconds. I'll tell you why that is, Baz. It's because I'm ingesting into Europe, and you're probably going straight to that ingest server. You've got a very short hop to it. I don't know why. I mean, you're bound to get some delay as it hops across the network, but it's probably the delay. Whiteland is probably buffer. They probably cache some of it. Like when I start the stream up, it probably absorbs about a second before it carries on and sends it through.
Happy anniversary.
It's got to have some buffer. 24 months, hero. Golden Acorn, sir. Thank you very much. Happy anniversary. You're in the US and only have 1.26 seconds. See, that's amazing, isn't it? How cool is that? Never really been a fan of this kind of quilted look. I don't know why. Just don't like it. You love the quilted look, but only in brown. That's a heck of a latency, Hand of Despair. Are you on source or anything? 20 seconds. See that? ED? Oh god, I didn't see that. Oh my god. When you watch via browser, it's a second. Then it buffers and you get to 10 to 15. That's really weird, Captain Flynn. Do our messages get to you depending on our latency? No. No, but when you type to me, all I've got is latency for your chat message getting to me. The delay is all in when you see me respond to it. .2 seconds from Australia. That's incredible.
Welcome to the Nut House.
That really is. Petrolhead, thank you for your sub. Welcome to the house, Petrolhead. Appreciate that. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys. Yeah, this says best for highest quality video, highest resolution, and to reduce video buffering. Definitely insinuates it's not just the buffering. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Chewy. When I read it, that's what it implied to me. It implied that it was a video quality reduction. Your delay is 9 hours? I don't think so. Yeah, it could be chewy. Maybe if people are streaming a lower bit rate, maybe. Why are you stopping here? I have to give way to you, you utter banana. One hour delay for the Arctic. What? I said utter banana, not buttered banana. Who butters a banana? Yeah, some of you was on like a 2-second delay, wasn't you? Buttered banana, I'll give that a try. Oh, it sounds disgusting. Take a banana and then just cover it in butter like you would a bit of sweet corn. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, you feel free to try it and let me know how that works out for you. Bananas and peanut butter. Now, funnily enough, a peanut butter and banana sandwich is actually quite nice. I've had it. It's like having gravy with pizza. Well, you need something to dip your crust in, surely. If it's not garlic dip, it's got to be gravy. Banana and cornflakes. The heck? What's all that about? Why can't you stream in 8K? I probably could now they lifted the limits, but practically speaking, you don't need to. The higher the bitrate you stream at, the harder it is for people to watch in source. So it's a balancing act between quality and download speed. Whoa, that disappeared. I don't think he meant 8K screen. I think he meant 8K bitrate is what I took it to mean. Not resolution. You're on a 6500 bitrate. Well, I run 6K. North, west, westerly. Whoa. Let's go to Squirrel Logistics. Doesn't Twitch transcode to lower bitrate partners? Yep. So you can watch in source or you can watch in a lower version. How many bits per second can the human eye see? It's not really about that. It's about bit rates. How can you explain this? It's about resolution and frame rate and how much of the screen image is changing per frame. That's how hard the encoder has to work, and the more bits that it has, it can do a more accurate job of encoding. So if you stream at a lower bit rate, everything starts to look like Minecraft. You know, equally, if you stream at a higher bit rate, it has more information so that it can encode it better. But there comes a point when I need to go up there. There comes a point when the bit rate is so high that most people can't watch it live at that bit rate. The source bit rate, where it's not being encoded or transcoded. How do I get into this place? You're unsure as to whether the PostScript servers and test servers are now for good or whether they turn off. Somebody earlier said they've extended it for a day, so it'll be running all day tomorrow. So no, they're not up for good, but somebody said they're running tomorrow as well. No, because Connor, the 6K bit rate was a hard cap until recently, and now they've unlocked the cap, so I could improve the bit rate, but do we need to? Do we need to go any higher? I don't think we do. For 1080, a 6K bit rate is fine. If I was streaming at 30 FPS, I could lower the bitrate, which is what I used to stream at, if you remember. And if I streamed at 720, I could bring the bitrate right down. What we need is some yellow chevrons. Fell into my trap. I don't know, Revolver. I'm pretty certain Summit. No, Summit streams in 900. Dr. Disrespect, I'm sure he streams in 720. Globetroller. Alright, gotta go to bed now. Very early morning tomorrow, but thanks for the awesome stream, and see you next time. See you next week, Globetroller. YouTube bitrates are completely different, Connor. Completely different. So, for YouTube, I'd record in 50 megabits and then handbrake it down to about 15 to go onto YouTube. Who needs more than 1080p, Tommy? That's Whiteland. The horn is rubbish, L. Phillips. Absolutely rubbish. You can barely hear it. I'll play it again, listen. Very, very difficult to hear. It's an asthmatic horn is what it is. It's like, it's really bad. Yeah, I'm pretty behind on the Sunday night trucking photos on Facebook, I'll be honest with you. Got a long way to go. I'm about at least 6 months behind, maybe more. being brake tested by this guy. What was that about? Just randomly decided to brake. Speedy Stakes, thank you for 39 months. You like the horn on the scan? Yeah. I don't remember it, to be honest. How many rods am I running? Maybe 20 or so. A good chunk of them are Jazzy Cat mods for the trailers and stuff. The AI trailers, that kind of thing. And then you've got a bunch in there for... Well, you've got sound fixes, a few little like tire mods and light mods and stuff like that. Just to assist with a bit of customization. Told your cat he was going to teach him how to speak English. He looked at me and said, "Me, how?" Reckon you'll ever put your own cheer mode, Squirrel? At some point. It's not a massive priority, but yeah. Nice joke, Pringle. The last Sunday Night Trekking Picks in March 2017. It can't be a year. Come on. It can't be a year. That's crazy. What do you mean, the odd bad one, Pringle? Yeah, so am I, Dave. I'm waiting for a good one too. Oh, and before we forget, guys, moderator applications are currently open. I didn't remember it tonight. I should have done. Should have mentioned it. Mod applications are open at the moment. A friend of mine asked if I knew how to build a boat. I said, no, but I know a man who can. Still waiting for a good one.